Hey, everybody, welcome back to Let's Talk, the Church Edition. I am your pastor or your host, Pastor T, and today we are moving quickly. We are on episode 5, I believe, and today's episode we're talking about loss. The loss. Loss, Rebecca. Loss is hard. We're going to talk about the journey through loss. And today, my scripture text is Psalms 34, verse 18. It reads, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit."
Yes.
Today, my guest is my sister in Christ, Rebecca Green.
Thomas.
Thomas.
Yes, ma'am.
Where I get Green from?
Facebook. That's my
Facebook?
alter ego.
That's
No.
your-
So seriously, Green is my dad's last name.
Okay.
So on Facebook, I use Green instead of Thomas because
Okay.
when you work at certain jobs and stuff, people be trying to look you up and they want to know certain stuff, and it's like, if I want you to find me, I'm gonna tell you how. So,
I know that's right.
No, it's
Oh,
really
that's
Thomas.
good. That's good. Well, now I know. I wanted to have you on my podcast. And as you know, we had 2 other guests that were supposed to join us, but because of situation and circumstances, they were unable to make it.
Okay.
Because I felt like when I first met you, which I first met you on Zoom, because we were doing Let's Talk. And as it evolved, I turned into Let's Talk, the Church Edition. But I met you on Zoom through, I believe, Minister Adrian.
Yes.
You know her. And she was telling my bishop about you and the things that you had went through in your journey. And she knew that we had Let's Talk. And she said, hey, her and my bishop said, let's do a episode about people who lost someone. And not only did she bring you on, but I brought on Sister Nellie and I brought on Sister Tracy. And come to find out that you and Sister Tracy knew each other from counseling.
Yes.
So y'all were able to go on there and y'all was able to share y'all's stories. And the reason why I said I thought it was a good idea for y'all guys to come here because of the platform.
Okay.
And a lot of people didn't get to hear about your loss because we was on Zoom. It was intimate. So I just said, you know what? I wanted to have y'all 3 young ladies together, which I'm going to do probably another episode. But today I want to talk to you about loss.
Okay.
First of all, I want you to tell the audience about your loss and how you got to the place of dealing with your loss.
Okay. So before I start, when I met you on that podcast, I was in a really low place. Like I was not where I am right now.
Wow. Okay.
So I am like in tears with my grief. And I told somebody today, I am in the intentional phase right now.
That sounds good.
On July 21st, 2021, I was taking my mom to the hospital, right? And my mom was really sick. And I called my sister, I called my brother. We all encouraged my mom to go to the hospital. And my son came in and he like, no. He called my mom grandbaby. He like, grandbaby, go ahead. I'll be here when you get back. We drove a good 15 or 20 minutes. And somebody called me and they was like, your son just got shot real bad. I'm sorry? What son? Your son. I'm like, I have 4. You have to be more specific. And they was like, oh, Zakeem just got shot. I don't know where you went at. You need to come to 10th and Brown. So we turned the car around. My mom got the same phone call. And now we're driving. All the way to the hospital, I prayed, right? And in this moment, I am what some consider a babe in Christ. I've only been in church a good year and a half.
So you had just started going to church.
To be really honest, I probably just accepted Jesus as my Lord and Savior probably 7 months before then.
Wow.
And I'm driving and I'm praying like, God, Don't take my son. Take me. Like, I'm offering myself as a sacrifice in a car while I'm driving. Like, I'll do anything. Just save my son. And we get to Jefferson. And it's, I go in. It's a crowd of people out there. Y'all hear it before me, but okay.
People that your son knew.
Yeah, people who were in the neighborhood when it happened.
Okay.
And I go in the hospital and a security guard stops me and I say, my name is Rebecca. My son Zakeem was just brought in here. Can you tell me what's going on? He says, a doctor is going to come out and talk to you. It seemed like Pastor T, I must have heard a doctor's going to come out and talk to you for 3 hours. And I'm sure it wasn't that long, but
it just felt
felt that long. Asked again, they like, the doctor's going to come out. I walked outside. I walked around. I came back. Now I can't breathe. Right? And I'm still offering myself as a sacrifice. God, just save my son. Take me. Give me a paralyzed child. I'll deal with that.
So at that time, you didn't even know the condition.
No.
No one that came could tell you anything. So you're just, at this point, you, your mom, and whoever else was just waiting.
My mom, my then fiance, my son's other grandmother, his sister, his aunts, like, family is starting to arrive. My little sisters came. My nephew came. My son's uncles, like, family is coming. But outside of that, it was a bunch of spectators who I really don't care to acknowledge because they were not there to be in my corner. They were there to be in my business. And finally, the doctor came. And she's like, I'm looking for the parent of, and I'm like, that's me. And it felt like she kicked, like a horse kicked me in my stomach.
Before she even said anything?
No, when she started talking. She said he didn't make it.
Wow.
Ma'am, you're lying. You're lying. And the police was there. Homicide detectives was there, but in my delusion, I'm going to call it, I didn't really pay them any attention. They were just there as a precaution. It never dawned on me, why is homicide here already? My son's friend, Jabril, I love Jabril, took my son to the hospital. Like, Jabril pushed his girlfriend out of her car, pulled her out the passenger seat or the driver's seat of her car, put my son in the back seat. So no ambulance came and transported him.
So he took him?
He took him to Jefferson. I went in. After the doctor said what she said, I like pulled myself together just a little bit. Went in the back room. And
now, not to cut you off, how did your mother, because you saying you was taking your mom to the hospital, and this is your son that was saying to her, when you get back,
I'm going to be here.
I'm going to be here. So what was it in that moment? Like, your mom, how did she, like, was she like numb?
To be really honest, I know my mom was there because we arrived together. But I don't remember my mom. Wow. I don't remember her. I don't remember her reaction. I know that it hit her hard because this wasn't just her first grandson. This was her first grandchild. Like, I was a teen mom, and both of my parents had issues with addiction until I was 16. They both decided simultaneously when I was 16 to get clean. And I had already had a baby, right? And thanks be to God, thanks for my parents. Once they got off drugs, they tried to make up with my son areas that they lost with me and my other siblings.
Wow.
Right? So, yes, it was my son, and I'm not going to take anything from my mom. It was like her second round at being a mother. Yeah. So I'm sure that in that moment, it hit her hard. But I don't remember seeing her. I go in the back, and my then fiance went in the back with me. And I asked him to bring my mom and his other grandmom in there. But while I was in there, I remember saying to my son, wake up, they lying. Just get up. Just get up. Like, they're lying. And the doctor was like, you can't touch him here. You can't touch him there. We got to preserve it for the police. And I'm like, I'm sorry? Like, he's asleep, though. Like, he's just asleep.
Yeah.
And I walked out. And I walked past the people that was out there waiting for me. Because people like a show, but I don't like an audience. I went outside. His other grandmother came out. My mom came out. I talked to them. I went across the street. I picked up the phone. And I called the funeral director. And I said, listen, Jason, my son was murdered. And he was like, what? And I told him my nickname because I don't know my real name. So I'm like, yeah, he was murdered at 10th and Brown. I'm going to come and see you. And he was like, come see me in the morning. And like, this is straight out.
Coming out of the emergency room.
I didn't wait until the next morning or none of that because I know what's going on. Let me just take care of it, right? Prior to me becoming Christian, I was Muslim for years, and I raised my children as Muslims.
Okay.
And my children still practice Islam. So I know that from being a Muslim for years, you have 72 hours to be in the ground. So I'm going to go see this man first thing in the morning so that I can fulfill my son's rights according to what he believed in.
Yeah. I get that.
So I got up that morning. I had to go get glasses, and I did like a little mini story, and I don't have it. You could probably find it on YouTube. I don't have the video.
Okay.
Or I'll send it to you later, but I know I don't have it right now. And I was just like begging the men in the community as fathers, as uncles, as brothers, as old heads, as leaders, like, this has to stop. Too many mothers are feeling the same exact thing that I felt, that I'm feeling. You asked about my journey. I buried my son in 3 days. He had a janazah. Besides the doctors telling me my son didn't make it, you know, I don't know if you've ever attended a janazah.
Yeah.
But they wrap him, they wash him, shroud him, and then they put him in the dirt. So the little box that you rent, we go down in a coffin. They put these people in the dirt,
ground.
not
I
people.
do know that.
I didn't mean it. I don't want to offend anybody.
I get what you're saying.
I stood on the outside. I didn't go inside because, again, I was Muslim. So I know that women aren't allowed, because we're emotional creatures, to be at the grave site. It should just be men. So I stood on the outside, like in the driveway. And I swear I didn't hear anything. I hear no birds chirping. I ain't hear no cars moving.
At that time, it was just silent to you.
Yeah. I heard my son go boom in the ground. And my body cringed. And I left. And we went to my mom's house, and everybody's there. You know how the repast go.
Yeah.
Everybody there. Everybody, you if you need me. And I went and hid from that because I don't know why. I mean, something in me just took me away from the repast.
In those days that you had to go through this, because I know it was a 3-day market period, do you feel like you was just numb?
I absolutely was.
You were like, I could tell, like when you're telling your story, I could tell like, yo, you was just like numb. Like, I can't believe this has happened. And I'm sure at the time, because Philadelphia has been bad for a minute with the murders and things like that. I know you was feeling it like, now I'm that mother.
So here's the thing. I had just started reading the story of Job, right?
Get out. Okay.
And so I used to say things, and now I realize the power of the tongue. I used to say, don't play with my mom, my man, my money, and my kids, right? And my mom would call me and be like, excuse me, hey, so-and-so passed away. Hey, so-and-so passed away. And I was like, Mom, stop calling me, telling me who died. People die every day. And now it's my son. Now it's my turn.
Yeah.
I don't say that anymore. I'm way more sensitive to that.
And understanding.
Yeah.
And
Because I was like, people die every day. Why are you calling me, telling me that? Like, okay, tell me something else. I don't do that anymore. And I definitely don't say don't play with my mom, because the Lord hears it, but the enemy hears it as well. So like, now what are you going to do? I played with your kid. I took your son's life. What you going to do? You still believe in God? You still trust God? You still want to worship your God?
Because you, at that time, you said you had just converted over. You just became Christian. Did you feel like, I just got here as a Christian, now my son going?
I was angry. But I was angry. I can admit that I was angry. But I didn't curse God. It didn't take my faith. It was just like, I know trauma, right? Prior to my son dying, well, let me back up. My son did not die. My son was murdered. There's a difference. Prior to my son's life being stolen, like, I know pain. I know trauma. So this too is just like, nah.
So did you feel like in that moment, here's a real question. Did you feel like maybe I should have stayed in that religion?
No.
Maybe I should stay Islamic?
No.
Or was you like to the point where I'm mad at God, I'm glad I'm here? But when did you get to the point where it was like, God, help me to move? Did it take you years?
I'm in year 4. I've just started the God helped me to move. And I'm being fully transparent. My first year was my delusional year.
What you mean by that?
So prior to my son being murdered, my son was incarcerated for 7.5 years. He came home in March. Here's the thing. And this and me reading Job adds up. In my dream, prior to my son coming home, so it had to be like January or February. And my next to the oldest son will tell you, my dreams are very real and they come true.
Ain't that scary though?
In my dream, my son was riding a bike, and he was walking my mom to the bus stop. My mom was going to the doctor, and he said to her, grandbaby, hurry up and come back. I'm going to be, like, similar things. I'm going to be here when you get back. And some guys, this is all in my dream. All in my dream. I swear I cannot make this up.
No, I believe you.
And some guys drove up on my son, and my son said to my mom, grandbaby, go back home. I'm going to deal with this. I'll be there. I saw my mom again in my dream. Did not see my son. And now this is months before my son was murdered. And I woke up and I called somebody and I was talking to them and I'm like, something bad gonna happen. I don't really know what. And I'm like, I don't really like speaking these things into existence, but this is what I saw in my dream.
When you had those dreams, I feel you, because I'm a dreamer, right? And it was to the point where I was dreaming so much about things, and some was good, some was bad, and I had to like call my aunt, like, yo,
and some don't make sense.
These dreams, I don't like them. And my aunt had to tell me, like, I get you, but I know I'm a dreamer, because I had too many dreams that I had dreamed, and I remember the first one I dreamt, it came to pass. So once you get that first one that come to pass and you get them, it's like scary, yo. Like, I don't want this to happen. So I feel where you at with that.
So can I say this? Being weak in faith back then,
you talking about when your son got murdered?
Yeah, I was not aware of the authority that I have.
That's good.
So I didn't know to pray that off. I didn't know what I was praying for. My prayers were still weak prayers.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
But somebody whose church that I was under, said to her son, prior to that, my then 50, he's 21 now, but he was 15 at the time. He was on the playground, he was playing basketball. Somebody came in the playground, they were shooting, they shot him in his shoulder, right? And this woman who I was under, and I'm not going to drop any names.
And this was a dream too?
No, this is real life.
Really?
Real life.
Yeah. So your other son got, wow.
Yeah, he was playing ball, him and his friend.
Okay.
And a person was trying to shoot his friend, but because he was ridiculously tall, he got shot in the shoulder, right?
Okay.
And the person ended up chasing the friend, continuously shooting at him. And my son came to my mom's and I took him to the hospital. But this lady, and I'm not going to say how we were connected either way, said to someone else, the Lord showed me another one of her children being shot, and he's not going to make it, and she's going to have a hard time coming back from that. Well, you being who you are, and I just had this dream, and the Lord spoke to you in that way. That was a confirmation. She never said it to me.
She said it to somebody else.
She said it to somebody else. And after my son was murdered, he said it to me. Like, yeah, she said, da, 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 da. So why didn't we come together and pray for this? Instead, she avoided me. Like I had it, chicken pox or something.
Wow.
But
would
my
you rather
first
her
year,
had told you though?
I would rather her in the position that she was in.
You would have
received it, and we could have prayed, and
it would have been a different prayer for your children.
You could have cultivated me, knowing where I was. Mm-hmm. This was the first church that I attended, so my transition. Even if you were raised in a church, wow, that this is the first church that I've come in contact with. That's spiritually deep. I can't handle what was shown to me, mm-hmm, or what you're saying, but through prayer and coming together,
she could have made that.
We could have made this difference. Yeah. And not for nothing, and this is not about me or her, but I want to say this. Mm-hmm. I was trying to connect with this lady in such a way because spiritually, I wanted her to cultivate me on what was in her. I wanted to learn how to read and study the Bible. I wanted to learn how to be closer to God, mm-hmm, right? I wanted these things, but she was so focused on the relationship that I was in and keeping me at arm's length because she didn't approve of the relationship that she couldn't see what I was really asking of her. I wasn't really worried about that. That was that. Yeah. The relationship that I'm trying to build with you, mm-hmm, has nothing to do with that. But you're focused on that, and I'm focused on this, and I'm feeling like you can lead me to that. You can help me because you've been here for years. You can help me get closer to God, right? But that's that. Even so much so, 3 days, my son was buried on a Friday. Mm-hmm. I had given my word. It was Women's Month at the church. Okay. And I had given my word that I would do a woman's poem, a Christian woman's poem. So I got up that Sunday, even in my pain, went to church. I got dressed. Mm-hmm. I called the leader of the church. I said, look, I haven't been staying home. I don't have any church clothes. In this church, women are not allowed to wear pants. Mm-hmm. Like, you had to wear a dress. I don't have any dresses. Mm-hmm. I don't have any skirts. The only thing I have right now is tights and long pants. I'm not home. I'm buying stuff to wear, right? Yeah. And the leader of the church was like, it's fine. I understand. Come as you are. Again, it's Women's Day. And I get to church, and we have a guest preacher. And the guest preacher came in, and this is all in year one. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, okay. The guest preacher came in, and now I just buried my son 2 days ago, Friday. Mm. And the guest preacher was told, if it seems really heavy in here, don't worry about it. One of our members just lost a child. And the guest preacher was like, well, who is it? I want to pray for them. And this woman, again, said, oh, no, don't pray for them. If you go to pray for them, they might run away. No, ma'am, that's exactly what I need. That is exactly what I need.
So at that moment, how was you feeling as becoming a new Christian? Then that's crazy.
I did not know that she said that to her. I went away a few days later. Like, the beach is my happy place. Okay. So my then fiance took me to the beach. But before I left the church, I got a phone call. It was like, where is you at? The guest preacher wants to pray for you. I'm like, I'm only like 4 blocks away, but I can come back. Like, I'm running back because they said she wanted to pray for
Because you needed that.
Yes.
Okay.
And where I'm going, they're not going to pray for me. I'm going back to a house full of Muslims. They might pray for me, but they might not pray the way that I need. And I'm not trying to deduce what I was going back to. This is my family. I love them. My mother, my children, my children's friends,
Muslim,
my brothers, Muslim. Everybody's Muslim.
Okay.
I need somebody to pray for me, right? And there was another mother there with the guest preacher who also lost a child. So in that moment, that other mother, whether you being a leader of this church knew it or not, that other mother had lost her child to gun violence too. I needed this. You don't know what you stole from me in that moment. By the time I got back, they had left. So I left.
And when I hear you talking, I feel like in that moment you felt like you was alone.
I did.
Like nobody was there.
I did.
Because what I hear and what I love, because I heard this, I haven't heard you tell this story like you telling it now.
Because when you heard me talking, I was in a severely broken place. The first time you heard me talk, I said things like, I don't want to be here. This is too hard for me.
That's true.
I can't deal with this. I have nobody else to tell how I feel. Right? That's when I first met you. That's where I was. Again, in year 1. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
So when I hear you now and I hear you tell a story, what I hear and I love is that I know what I need. And you was trying to run back to get what you need. That is crazy.
And again, so a new in Christ, I had read the story of Job, or I was reading the story of Job, right? Okay. And Job lost everything.
Yeah.
In my delusional year, that's what I kept telling myself. Job lost everything. Who am I? Job lost his wife. He lost his kids. He lost business. He lost everything.
He lost everything. Everything he owned. That's one of my favorite stories. He lost everything.
And this is what I'm telling myself to keep myself going. Immediately after my son was murdered, right?
The word, boy.
If Job can lose everything, who am I? But I'm still hurting. I'm still crushed.
Yeah.
Like I am crumbled. I am walking around. I didn't drink. As a Muslim, I didn't drink. I didn't listen to music. I didn't go out to clubs. I was like all black to the eyeballs, gloves and all that, right? Now I'm coming into Christianity. I'm still not drinking.
Okay.
Not heavy. Probably a little bit. I just learned how to drink wine. I didn't know.
I know what you're saying. Because of what you was going through, you started,
The day 2 after my son was murdered, somebody gave me a drink. They gave me tequila. I slept that night for the first night and 2 nights. For the first 2 nights, I sat looking out my mom's door. The screen door was locked, but the front door was wide open. And I would sit on the couch rocking like this, looking. Because my son, when he got off work,
he would come
we
to
would
the house.
FaceTime, but he would be on his way to my mom's house to take a nap before he went about his day or before he did anything else. So I would sit up all night. And when day broke, I know at 6:30, me and my son, we won't be on FaceTime. We gonna be selling jokes. I learned all these rap songs and my kids thought it was funny. I would learn rap songs just to be able to talk to them. So I would call him and be like saying all these rap songs, just like one verse or something. And he'd be like, yo, you're killing me, lady. Get up. You're too old. Right?
Yeah.
And we grew up together. That was like my best friend, but he was my son. We raised each other. It's crazy.
Yeah.
We're 14 years apart. We raised each other.
That's deep.
But so now I'm just sitting there. And so day 2, they come. I've been up all night. And somebody give me tequila. And then somebody see me drinking 1 glass of tequila. Now day 3, when we bury my son, I got 4 bottles of tequila here and 4 bottles here. And I got a box of coolers and somebody bought me beer. And it's like, what am I supposed to do with all this stuff?
But did it make you, because of the pain,
started my journey?
Slip into like the drinking?
I was going into that. Started my journey.
Wow.
I'm still trying to be tough. I don't want my other sons to see me
The
break down.
Yeah,
I don't want my
yo,
mom to see me
the
break
breakdown to
down.
kill you. Like I learned, you know, in my loss of losing my mom, I think I told you this, I felt like I damaged my siblings. Not so much my son, because my son had me and his dad, but I felt like I damaged my siblings because I was trying to just not break down.
Mask it.
I stepped into like, we gotta function the way my mom had them function. They got everything. So instead of me taking the moment of, this is what it is. Here's what you're faced with. Here's what you have to do. Your wife, your mother. Now you a mother to 4 more younger than you because your mom is not here. I tried to jump in to be my mom. And then jumping into being my mom and not breaking or not letting them see me break. Because as they got older, they started seeing some things. And I'm like, no, it wasn't like that. No, I never seen you cry about mommy. I never seen you. And I'm like, no, I was hurt. You didn't act like you was hurt. You was just like, you know, this happened. Let's go to the store. And I might have done that in my, like you say, delusional moment. Maybe I erased that part of what happened because I was so busy trying not to break.
But okay, so it wasn't you erasing it. It was you silencing it for a little while in front of like, I'm the strong one. I'm the oldest one.
Me too.
Right?
But I'm
not the oldest. I'm the middle child. But I'm just saying, because you said your younger siblings.
Yes, but
so
I
was
older.
using you.
Yes.
But I can't afford to break down me. I can't afford to break down because everybody's dependent on me. I'm the rock, right? I'm the strong one. Where's my rock? Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I'm not trying to be rude, but y'all said God is my rock. But why I gotta let my son die? Why I gotta let my son die?
So that's when you start going through. You was and the thing about it,
so
when I had
during this phase,
that's crazy.
I drank occasionally, but still not a lot. I spent a lot of nights awake and alone, crying. I didn't take any days off work.
Okay.
You
just kept
my son died Tuesday. I took 3 days off to get preparations. Buried him Friday. Sunday I was in church. Monday I was back at work. Yeah. But I was crying. Nobody was around. I'm working from home. My boss was like, work from home, take as much time as you need. I'm just crying. The laptop on and I'm just hitting the keys, but I'm sitting there crying, but nobody's around. And in this moment, like, people be like, after you lose a loved one, if you need anything, call me, I'll be there. If you need anything, call me, I'll be there. But nobody was calling me.
And it seems like no one's there. During the time that things are going on and you're dealing with the loss in that moment, people are there. But it's once, like we would say when that casket closed, or like you would say with your son, once his body was placed into the ground, where's everybody at now? That's when you need people after. During.
So this happened July, August, September. I stayed at my mom's house until September.
Okay.
And then I was like, okay, it's time to go home. But now I'm home. And I'm 35 minutes away from my mom, right? But I'm home, and I'm home alone. For months, for days, weeks, months. I stopped going to church. Well, I stopped going to that church.
Okay. Because of the incident, did that make you like pull
It was several
away?
incidents leading up to that. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. The leader of that church, 2 weeks after my son was murdered, said, "Don't grieve yourself to death." I'm sorry, I don't know what you mean. I'm in my infancy stage. What do you mean? Don't grieve myself. Like, I understand it now.
Okay.
But you were not, it was just really cut and dry, right? So I ended up withdrawing myself from that woman's group that was attached to that church. And I ended up visiting my current church. Like now I attend New Kingdom.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine was going there, and she was like, "When was the last time you went to church?" And I was like, "Well, I've been looking at different churches online on Facebook." I said, "But I haven't really gotten up and going anywhere." And she was like, "Come with me on Sunday." And at that time, New Kingdom was remodeling the sanctuary, so they were like going from church to church. I traveled with them as if I was a member, because the very first time I walked into the church, I sat all the way in the back, and the pastor did an altar call, and I went up, and I don't think the Lord gave him a word for me that day. But another minister tapped the preacher and said, "Pray for her. She's hurting real bad. She just lost a son." So he called all the women that were in leadership in his church to the front, and he said, "Grab her and bring her back with y'all." And what the pastor did to me was amazing. He had one on my arm holding each arm up, one holding my belly, one holding my back, and they all prayed for me. And instead of letting me fall and buckle where I was, they held me up. I needed that.
Yeah.
And so from there on, I traveled with them. And a few months later, after I withdrew from the other church, I ended up joining New Kingdom, and then I was baptized there. Like, I was baptized as a kid, but now I'm an adult.
Yeah.
And now I fully understand, the relationship with Christ and how things are going. So I was baptized there. But even in that, I'm still in my first year of losing my son. So I can show up and I can smile really good for you.
Don't mean that.
I know how to put on the makeup and right. But when I go home, I'm running out of there, and I'm going home, and I'm going to sit with pictures, and I'm going to sit with memories, and I'm going to sit in my pain by myself, right?
That's deep.
Month 12. End of year 1, month 12. Now we coming up on a anniversary of my son's death, and everybody's like, "What do you want to do?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't want to celebrate my son being murdered, but for the people."
You did it.
I did it. We had a balloon release. I ordered doves. I let the people write on their doves. We let go lanterns, all this stuff, right? 2 months later, in the middle of that is when I was on the podcast with you, and I was expressing how I felt, how alone I felt, how in pain I was.
Yeah.
But I can't say this to anybody else that's around me, because they looking at me. And I hope my oldest son get to watch this. Month 12, 13, August. My son's birthday is August 24th. I dropped my youngest son off at college 3 hours away.
Okay.
I was intentional. I did not want my youngest son to find me in a house dead. I did not. Wow. When I dropped him off and I got back in my house, I shut my door. I had a bottle of Patron, like this big. I had multiple pills. And no, I didn't call anybody. And no, I didn't tell anybody, because I didn't want anybody talking me off the ledge. I knew what I wanted to do. This last 12, 13 months was excruciating for me, and I couldn't deal with the pain anymore. I didn't call out for help. And I would urge anybody who is at that phase to call out for help.
Yeah.
I myself did not call out for help. I was ready to end it all. I wasn't worried about my grandchildren. I wasn't worried about my living children. I wasn't worried about my mother, no siblings or anything.
You just wanted
all
the
can
pain
figure
to go,
life out.
and you just wanted to be the pain to go away.
I took 18 to 20 pills every night from August 26th to Labor Day, and I chased them with Patron every day. And one day, Zarina Lomax, she does the accolades. Sorry, Zarina, if I'm saying it wrong. Epilogues.
Okay.
She was having an event, and she was like, "I haven't seen you in a while. Come out." And I was like, "Nah, I don't really want to." But I got dressed, and I went to her event. Pastor Carl Day was there, and he was like, I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy you came out. I was really scared for you, right? Zarina, they all hugged me, and then they introduced me to, I love her, Shantae Love. This was my second time seeing her since my son was murdered, but in the first year, I wasn't ready. I went to a Mothers in Charge group, and they were talking about being a victim and a co-victim, and I was like, I'm nobody's victim. And I walked out.
So that part didn't help you. You needed more.
I walked out.
Okay.
By now, I'm out of the phase where I want to kill myself because God was like, girl, you playing with me.
Yeah, he
girl, you playing.
Yeah.
This ain't that. All right. You feel better now? Get your stuff together. Get up, watch up. Come on, right? So I'm like really grateful for that because God saw fit not to take my life, even when I wanted to take my own life.
It's difficult knowing this is the journey you have to take.
I came in contact with Shantae.
Okay.
She sat with me. She talked to me. She listened to me. She prayed with me. She said, Rebecca, I'm going to be back at you in a few days. I promise you, I won't let you do this by yourself. I'm talking about that night. She had a therapist / prayer warrior / wonderful woman of God on my phone. And this woman of God also talks to God and he talks to her. And like, they were on my phone for days. And I finally called back. And they have been walking with me since.
That's good.
They created a safe space. Year 2. Now I'm coming out of my delusional era. And I think I got acceptance, but not really sure.
Okay.
I'm still sort of going with the flow.
Yeah.
I acknowledged my grief, but I still haven't dealt with it. Does that make sense?
No, I get what you're saying because you like, yo, I know this is happening. I know where I'm at with it, but I ain't ready to deal with that thing yet. And dealing with it is different than acknowledging it. Like I'm gonna acknowledge this is what's going on, but I ain't ready to deal with that because dealing with it is different. Because now we got to open up some things. We got to open up some wounds. We got to go back. We got to replay what happened when I got that call. We got to, so it's different. So I get that.
Yes, ma'am.
I get that.
So year 2, one of the reverends at my church started Alpha and Omega. And Alpha and Omega is from God is from the beginning to the end, right? And under Alpha and Omega, it was Grief Circle. Okay. The Grief Circle. We had teen moms and young adults.
Okay.
We had drug and alcohol addiction, and we had mental health. And through the Grief Circle, we started a group every 4th Thursday of the month. And prior to the Grief Circle, I had attended multiple moms groups, right? And one mom group I went to, and right after I came out of year 1, and it made me plummet. I went and one of the moms came in, and I know her. I know her son that was murdered.
Okay.
And she was like, see my son? These are the people that murdered my son. And I was like, oh, wow. She had a collage. Something that only the DAs would have, right? And then she pulled out this picture of her son on a stretcher in the morgue. Wow. And it's a collage. And yes, it was her son. But I saw my son. I immediately had an anxiety attack. I couldn't breathe. I got up and I walked out. And I stood outside for a while and I was crying and I couldn't breathe and I was hyperventilating. And everybody's like, what's going on? And she just was like,
wow.
I left that night and I did not go back. I did not go back because I was triggered all over again. And now I'm fighting.
So I get what
but you holding me underwater.
Yeah, when you saying like you're not, that's the part where you had to deal with, because it's like you can hide behind so much. You get what I'm saying? And the triggers are crazy. Anything can trigger when you're dealing with loss.
So here's the thing. Now that you say that, right? 6 weeks after my son was murdered, the driver was arrested. And 2 weeks after that, it was 3 people involved, a driver and 2 shooters, right? So 2 weeks after that, one of the shooters was arrested. So now I got to go to preliminary. In the very first preliminary hearing, I watched my boy, my guy, riding a bike and his car pull up and open the door, and 2 people just jump out and start shooting. I felt every bullet. And so when I tell you that first year and the second year, whenever I nodded off and went to sleep, my body would jolt. That's what I felt. So I was scared to go to sleep.
Yeah, because it was different to watch it.
And I had to watch it through 2 preliminary hearings and a trial. And even though they were so spaced out, it didn't make watching it either time any better. It didn't make watching it either time any better. So now we're at the end of year 2. And we're going into year 3. And I'm floating. We got the grief circle going. I'm coming up with ideas because now I've been through other grief support groups. I know what they're like. I know what to expect. So now I have MIT Diane, who's the leader of the grief support with me, and I'm the co-leader. We're coming together and we're coming up with ideas. Like, we're not just going to sit around and just talk every time. One time we did a thing where we planted flowers. I bought seeds and soil and cups and all things. That. Yeah. And the idea was we're expecting something new, something healthy, and something beautiful from God, other than what we've been feeling, right?
That's deep.
We did mason jars where, you wrote down how you what you missed about your loved one, if you could say something to them, stuff like that. Like, we're not just sitting around sad, like, woe, it's me. It's like, all right, how can we change this?
Yeah. Because it's easy to sit there. And if you allow yourself to sit there, because grief, everybody handles grief different. But my thing was to don't allow yourself to sit there. The loss of a loved one, I tell people, is never ever going to go away.
Ever.
Like, it's going to be 50 years and you're going to be playing this thing like it was yesterday. It never goes away, but it's how you handle it and how you get through it. I think I shared this with you when I lost my mom, to me, which was a medical mistake.
Wow.
It was a medical mistake because I'm not saying my mother wasn't sick, because she definitely was sick. But a doctor did a minor surgery and hit something in her kidney and she bled all day.
Jesus.
And the thing for me was, say I made a mistake. I apologize. Don't act like you didn't do it. And they let my mother sit there all day. My mother's called me like, yo, I'm in pain. Get up here. And in that moment, I think I knew, like...
So wait, the doctor didn't tell your mom about the mistake? They just let her sit in it?
They just let her sit and kept saying, she's nothing's wrong. So by the time me and my sister was like, yo, something's wrong. It shouldn't be this much pain in what y'all just did. And when they took her down, she had already hemorrhaged all day.
Wow.
She had already hemorrhaged all day.
And that's something that you should have noticed in surgery before you closed her up.
So for me, I was so angry. But here's the twist. People would say I was tripping because God started showing me stuff. And this before I came to Christ, he started like talking to me. And I thought I was tripping. Like, what?
I know that feeling.
No, like, he was like, yo, suppose your mom, I take her right today. And I'm like, thinking I'm tripping, right? Then, like 2 days later, she has the surgery. And now she's basically on machines to keep her alive. Then I'm still not really facing it because then it's like, I'm just gonna keep on the machines.
Wow.
Listen, y'all made a mistake. I know y'all made a mistake. Now I'm gonna keep on y'all machines. I'm gonna run up a bill. No, you can't pull. No, you. And they're trying to convince me to take her off. Like, no, I ain't taking her off. No, she gonna sit on y'all machine. She gonna sit right here in this bed, and I want somebody to tell me y'all made a mistake.
So let me ask you that question. Well, let me ask you a question. And I know we're talking about me, but you've lost someone too, so you know how it feels. How was it to make that decision? Because I'm saying this because my father died in an apartment by himself on Memorial Day. So I didn't have, and I'm not ready to have it right now, but I didn't have the luxury of deciding, okay, this is it. God was like,
it's like, I was sitting going to get my siblings, and her guy said, I'm telling you, I thought I was tripping. He was like, you being selfish. I'm like, what? Heard it again. Because I'm praying at this time. Lord, please, you did it before. You're going to do it again. Because my mom has been in some situations where they was like, oh, she's not going to make it. Tomorrow morning is going to be a wrap. I get there, my mom up. She like, what you talking about? So I'm like, huh? So I hear it again. I get on the phone. I instantly call one of my older cousins. I called her my aunt. And I said, today, I'm going to pull her off.
okay.
And she said, why are you going to do that? Don't do that. I said, because the Lord says I'm being selfish. And I didn't understand because he had already prepared me to what's to come. He had already gave me the tools to take care of my siblings. He lined things up so that I wouldn't be so crushed and devastated. Because my mother she was on this machine for like 2 or 3 weeks.
Wow.
So I was coming home, my mom wasn't there. I had to learn how to do my bills, to do the bills, to take care of the house. I had to learn to take my siblings to school, deal with this, deal with that. Holidays coming, think about how she dealt with that because the loss, I don't know how you felt when you lost your son, because I know you said y'all grew up together. Me and my mom sort of grew up together, right? So when my mom passed, it was like something was just like boom. Like it was like a disconnect. And that night I decided like, I'm just going to take her off. And if it's God's will, she'll breathe on her own. Then I told her, I said, take her off. The nurse came out. She said, you want us to breathe? I said, nope. It's God's will. She'll breathe. And I left it there. But it never goes away. I'm 51. I just turned 51 yesterday. My mother passed when I was 21. It's like it was yesterday.
I get that.
So for you, I know it's like, yo.
I'm being intentional in year 4. The last 3 years I have spent in the bed, right? Between March,
Depression.
when my son came home, March, April, May, March through August are bad months for me, or have been in years past. My son came home in March. My birthday is April 30th. I spent for the first time, I had went to dinner with all of my children for the first time in 7.5 years. And then the year after that, I have not been back to the sugar factory since 2021. It's 2025. Wow. But we went to dinner at the sugar factory.
You can't do it.
I'm not going in there. I'm not. Not right now.
I've
Don't
been
ask
there.
me to.
Yup.
So it's just like we've done the balloon releases, we've done all these things, and like last year for my son's birthday, The year before, we went to the Yosemite State Park. I was like, let's just have a barbecue.
And let's
Out
just,
and all right, cool. Last year was my first annual basketball tournament and community day. I gave out hot dogs and hamburgers. We had a basketball tournament, and I gave away maybe 40 or 50 backpacks, right? But through that year, I drank every day.
Wow.
Every day. Got up every Sunday, went to church. I was in Bible study.
Drink. I listen.
As soon as listen. And I'm not. And
tell me.
Bible study over at 8:39.
Yeah. You getting a drink.
I'm gonna be on the bar stool. What you want? Give me a top shelf. Yeah. It got so bad that every bar I went into, me and the bar, it was like Cheers. I was in a place where they all knew my name. Right? Come to the end of year 3, and now we're going into year 4. I don't want to drink anymore. I need to deal with this and get through this properly. However, because I wasn't drinking to have fun. I was drinking to mask the pain. Yes.
And listen, you ain't got to tell me.
I didn't want my body to jolt anymore. Now I'm learning scripture. I'm learning how to fight these things off with scripture. So when I say something to you and I tell you, Timickia, God is going to bring you through this. I'm not lying to you. Because if I tell you God is going to bring you through it, and I'm only getting through it because I'm intoxicated, in essence, I'm telling you a lie.
Yeah.
Because Don Julio was bringing me through it, right?
Yeah, I get you.
So I'm learning. This has been a constant new way of living for me.
Yeah.
A constant new way of living. And with each cycle, I'm learning a new way.
Because that was my next question. Like, how are you now?
I'm not as angry.
Okay.
But sometimes I get angry, but I'm not as angry. I pray for the people who murdered my son.
And all 3 of them were caught?
No. One of them, I don't know where he is. I don't know what he got going on. But he could be in the ground. He could be in the jail. So the police don't know. But I am not going to fixate on worrying about where he is, because that'll take me back to a place mentally where I don't want to be at. I don't want.
Now, were they convicted?
They were.
And they was charged, convicted?
Yes. And they are currently incarcerated for 2. One of the shooters, was a suspect in the murder of my little cousin Khalid. Khalid ain't do nothing to nobody. Khalid played ball. Khalid was murdered simply because he grew up in a certain neighborhood and then his mom moved him out. But these people decided, oh, you still from around there because you grew up down there, right? He was at the playground on 16th and Mount Vernon, I think that's where it is. Him and some other little boys, and they was playing ball. The same guy who was suspected never got charged, so he never been held accountable. The same guy who was suspected of murdering Khalid is now in jail for the murder of my son, whom he didn't know.
Was your son a target, or was it just like an accident? Like,
it wasn't. Let me. I am not.
Identity?
I'm not. No, Pastor T. I am not one of them moms.
Okay.
It was neighborhood beef.
Okay.
It was a neighborhood beef. My son was away for 7.5 years. He had nothing to do with it, but he was specifically targeted because he was in the neighborhood and he was from the neighborhood.
Okay, I get you.
I'm not one of them moms going to be like, oh yeah, my son, he was an angel. He never did anything. The devil is a liar. The devil is a liar. He was not perfect, but no ma'am. He was targeted, but it wasn't like, oh, he went and shot at this boy, so the boy shot back. He was simply shot because he was in the neighborhood.
Okay.
I can't say he never did anything to anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't with him 24 hours a day. I had to work and he wasn't in my pocket. Right?
I get that.
So yeah, no. But the same gun that was used to murder my cousin Khalid a year before was used to murder my son a year later. I want to say 13 months. I want to say Khalid was murdered in May or June, and then Zakeem in July.
Wow.
But they caught the same suspect. So had the police did their job in Khalid's murder, he wouldn't have been able to murder my son, and let alone murder my son with the same gun.
Yeah.
I'm not going to bash all homicide detectives. I feel like the homicide detective on my case was great.
Okay.
I didn't know Detective Campbell until 6 weeks after my son's murder.
Okay.
Where some people don't have that luxury. Some people don't have that luxury. This journey has connected me to people that I never would have connected with. I probably never even would have knew.
Yeah.
But it allowed me to reconnect with people that I disconnected with from my childhood because they walked me through it. I had one girl who came and helped me write my son's obituary because a year before, her son was murdered in Center City. They still have not caught her son's murderer.
But
right?
in them catching your son murderers, did it not close a whole chapter?
No, it does not.
Did it close one part?
It does not. It does not. And here's why. You can call your mother every day. You can call home and find out what's going on the streets. You can get up and go to commissary. You got goddamn cable in your room. What my son get? And who the hell are you, excuse my language, to get up and decide at 7:30 in the evening you're going to go shoot up a neighborhood full of kids? That is the one thing that helps me get through it. My son died so that somebody else's child didn't have to. And when I say child, I don't mean a 16 to 17-year-old, because let's be honest, they are in the mix and they are in the streets.
Yeah.
I'm talking about somebody's baby, 6, 7, 9, 10 years old, that was out there playing that day. They could have caught all 6 of the shots that my son took. They could have taken those shots. My son lost his life so that somebody's child wouldn't have to. That's the only one of the things that kept me going.
Yeah,
but
I feel that.
You going to jail? No. Die like my son did. Sorry. And these are things I pray for all the time. Yeah. I pray that God changes my heart. And to be quite honest, it's the first time I openly expressed that. I don't openly express it. Yeah. You have people right now who are trolling my other children by posting pictures of my dead son and saying mean and nasty things. And while I'm praying for you and I'm praying for your family and all this other stuff, you're doing these things, which takes me from, and God forgive me, God forgive them, for they know not what they do to that burn his mother house down. Because play with somebody else, sir. Yeah. And I'm like...
Yeah, so that I feel...
But the Bible teaches us forgiveness. Yeah. So I'm trying to work on that. And God knows that I'm a work in progress.
And the forgiveness part is hard.
But don't keep poking me.
Yeah.
Don't keep poking me. Yeah. Because then you like, oh, well, she a Christian. She ain't going. I'm still a human. Yeah. I still have feelings. And while you think you're antagonizing my children, and that's all you're doing, you're hurting me, and I never did anything to you. Yeah. I never did anything to you. Back off.
So how did you keep his How do you and your family keep his memory alive? Do you have like a foundation? Do
So
you
I
have
wanted
other mothers you
to
help? You know what I'm
I
saying?
wanted to start a Zakim Thomas Art Foundation, right?
Okay.
Because my son, he knew how to draw real good freehand. He was into music. He was very athletic. He used to do flips and all this. So in the art foundation, it would encompass a bunch of things, like not just one thing. Like, because in my eyes, art is what you make it.
Yeah.
Art is what you make it. So I haven't really gotten into that yet. I'm like
Okay.
slow walking it. Right now, I am in the process of planning my second annual basketball tournament and cookout. So I'm having a community day. My son's birthday is the 24th of this month.
Okay.
The 24th of this month from 12 to 7, I am having a community day. It's going to be a basketball tournament, all day
That sounds
basketball.
good.
My goal is to give away 100 book bags, right? I purchased 5 gift cards, 3 Roblox, because I feel like for my grandson, all kids play Roblox.
Roblox,
So I had
yeah.
3 Roblox, and those are going into 3 random backpacks for elementary, kindergarten through 5th grade.
Okay.
That's the
Okay.
Roblox phase, right? I have 2 $25 gift cards, Visa gift cards that are going into one middle school, one high school backpack, right?
Okay.
A friend of mine, when I told her what I wanted to do, and she said, well, how can I help you? I said, well, just purchase me some book bags. Last year, if I gave away 50, this year I want to give away 100. She was like, all right,
Okay.
cool, I got you. She called me, she said, I got you these 4 book bags, I'm going to go out and get you some more. Okay. She said, I ordered you a laptop. I have a laptop. So no, I need you to raffle this off to anybody from 6th to 12th grade. She said, I ordered you a tablet from 1st to 5th grade. And then yesterday, when I went to pick up what she had for me, she said, I also ordered a tablet. It's coming next week for a preschooler, but everything will be here before your community day.
Wow, that's great.
She said, what do you want on the menu? I said, well, last year I did hamburgers and hot dogs. We calling it a cookout. We serve real food at our family cookouts, right? This is my son's birthday. It's a cookout. We're serving real food. What can you make? So we're giving away. I'm not just doing hamburgers and hot dogs. You want barbecue chicken, baked macaroni and cheese. We got green beans, pasta salad, all that. Come through. And it's for everybody. It's for everybody. It's not just for me and my family. I want, regardless if you're from that community, West Philly, South Philly, Germantown, wherever, come through. And the book bags and the school supplies will be there until they're going, until they're not. And then I'll clean up and we'll leave. But this is the way I want to honor my son, because my son was all about love. He was all about family. Like, he would give the year my son was murdered, May, a young girl lost her dad, right?
Okay.
And I remember when my son, I told you I was a teen mom. My son was a baby. Her dad would buy me Pampers. He would buy my son sneakers. He would buy us food. He never one time tried to push up on me. He just knew my parents were out in the world and he was trying to help me out.
Wow.
So when he passed away, some people raised money for her dad's funeral, and I went to her and was like, hey, listen, I'm going to do the repast. I know that you don't have it. She's a young girl, beautiful young girl, right? I know that you don't have it. Don't tell anybody I did it. And then some people heard from her, what I was trying to do, and they act like they was trying to help and left me stuck the day before. And I'm telling the story for a reason. The day before was like, I ain't helping her. I ain't doing nothing. Well, I really don't have the money. And I walked up to my son. He like, baby girl, what's wrong? And I was telling him, and he was like, huh. He went in his wallet and pulled out his debit card. He said, use what you want. Just don't leave me broke. My kid ain't have to do that. He was just coming home from jail. He only been home a few months. Wow. But he was working and all that. And he gave me his debit card and was like, buy what you need. Just don't leave me broke. Right? Same kid. Probably, will you get a summer job at 14? 14 years old, he got a summer job. I'm like, yeah, this is a rough summer for me. Can you hold off on me getting your school clothes for a little while? Because I really need to do your little brother's. And I just don't have it. He was like, yeah, baby girl, don't worry about it. We cool. I got you. He came back, and what I didn't know is this kid had saved his last 4 paychecks.
Wow.
From his summer job for whatever reason. And he came and he set them on the table. He said, use these and get my little brothers whatever you need to get them. Don't worry about me. You can definitely get my stuff later. And the next day he went and cashed his check and gave me back the money. I went and got him stuff too.
No,
but
I got what you're saying.
The fact that a 14-year-old was willing to do this, right? And that's always been his thing. So I'm saying that to say this is why I want to celebrate his birthday, but not just with me and my family, but for everybody else. Because this is who he was, and this is what he would do.
That's good, Rebecca.
Yeah.
That's good. That is good. Before we get off, tell me what scripture keeps you going.
I have a few. First of all, we're going to start. One. My tell first one, keep you going. Yeah. Isaiah.
Okay.
Isaiah, right?
Because I asked you that because I know you're grounded.
Yes.
And I know it has to be something that keeps you going.
Isaiah 41:10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand.
Yeah.
I stand on that.
Yeah.
Because that's through this process, I have bent and been broken so many times. But each time God straightens me back up and puts me back together and get me right to where I need to be.
Wow.
So yeah, that's it for me.
Yeah. But I love it. The one you were saying earlier, God is close to the brokenhearted. Yeah. So I'm standing on those too. But when it comes to Isaiah, I'm gonna hang my hat with my brother Isaiah. I know, I know that's right. I'm gonna hang my hat with Isaiah. I know that's right. But you know what? To hear your story this way, I know, even though you may don't feel like it, God, he put you in the right place at the right time. Because I think that if you were not freshly going into Christ, this thing would have really broke you. And I know it broke you, but it could have broke you so much worse. But God held on to you in order for you to get through, not just for you to get through, because I listened to how you talk. I listened to how you talk to Sister Nellie, and I know he's using you to be able to bring other mothers out.
Amen.
And that's what I love. That's what I love. Even when you called me today, you said, I met and I got a new ministry. I'm starting. What's your new ministry?
Women something through triumph. I can't think I'm nervous right now.
But what's your concept? Because you told me your concept.
So our concept is it's 3 of us. Our concept is to work on each other and help heal each other before we go out and start trying to heal other women.
That's it. Because believe it or not, sometimes
women triumphing through trauma.
Okay.
I was about to say traveling. I want to go on vacation.
No, because sometimes we have to heal us first. Because if we're not healed, how can we help somebody else?
And that's where I am right now. Yep. When I tell you in year 4, I'm intentional. Yeah. I don't want to drink just to numb the pain. Because if I'm in pain right now, I want to be able to turn to God and say, God, you said.
Give him back his word.
You said.
Yeah.
And I'm trusting you too. Yeah. I need you to. Yeah. God, I'm angry with you because... God, I don't understand why you did.
Talk to him. I know that's right.
And it's either going to come right back to me, or it's going to come to me in a dream. It's going to come to me later in a song while I'm listening to music riding down the street. Yeah. It's going to come back. Like, God talks. Yeah. We just have to listen.
Yeah, he do.
We just have to listen.
Yup.
And so I can't fully hear him if I'm intoxicated. I can't really hear him if I'm so bogged down with my anger and my grief. And like I told the women today, even if we have a disagreement, if it's like, yeah, Pastor T, and I'm like going at you, claws raising. Give me 20 minutes to go in my corner, and 20 minutes might look like a day or two.
Okay.
I'm so grown. I'm going to come back to you and say, Pastor T, listen, let me apologize first. I ask you forgive me, and I ask God to forgive me for the way that I talked to you, for the way that I handled you, for the way that I dealt with you. Is everybody going to do me like that? No. And I'm fine with that. But I have to be intentional going into year 4 because somebody else today in this very hour is going to experience what I experienced on July 13th, 2021. And I need to be able to help them. And yes, I'm still hurting, right?
Yeah.
And yes, I'm still grieving, but I'm not still broken.
That's good. That's good. We're going to end with that.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay.
And I'm glad you're not broken. And I'm glad you found Christ when you did.
Amen.
I'm glad you did. And I'm glad that you lean on him. Because every time we lean on him, he'll make it okay.
You know what story, and I know you said you wanted to end, you know what story that keeps me going? The woman at the well, right?
Yeah.
Because Jesus sent his people away so that he could be alone with her. There's so many things that happen, right, to me. And remember at the top I said, I know trauma, I know pain. Yeah. So many things has happened. Even with my father dying, my son being murdered, life experience. So many things have happened with me. I am the woman at the well. And Jesus sent his help away multiple times so that he could get me by myself to be like, listen, you don't know who's talking to you, do you? Get it together. Put your shoes on, pull your pants up. Let's go. We out. Oh, yeah, give me that water too. Right?
That's good. That's good. Yeah. That's good. Well, I thank you for coming on here, for sharing your story.
I appreciate the invite.
I'm definitely going to have you back because I need all three of y'all on here.
I love Tracy. I love Nelly too, but I love Tracy.
Yes.
I had a meltdown a few weeks ago, and I called her for July 13th.
Okay.
And I said, I know that as a parent who's been through what I've been through, because I can call a lot of people for prayer, but if you don't understand, if you haven't been on my side of the bed, you don't know how to help me get up.
And she been on it. She been on it. We was both of those individuals, Tracy and Nelly. I both was raised up with them. Okay. Like me and Tracy on the same block. Nelly right around the corner. Our parents, cool. You know what I mean. So I definitely want to have y'all together, but I definitely know that y'all can help build each other up. And just all of your personalities is going to be able to help so many mothers who have been through this.
She was another one, Treese, on the line. My first time interacting with her was on that podcast.
Really?
Yes. And she prayed me through, and she was like, listen, I've been through, and I was like, Miss, you don't know me. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
Right? I turned the camera off like, people tripping. I don't even know why I'm on here. And then we went to an event.
And you seen her.
And I seen her.
Yeah.
And she gripped me and hugged me.
She the real
and was
deal.
like, I thank God for your life. And she started praying for me right there. And I'm like, but where do I even know you from?
No, I'm telling you. I'm just so glad y'all was able to connect. And again, thank you.
Thank you.
It's whenever you're talking about loss, I know it's hard. Whenever you have to rehash the story, tell it. But because you was brave enough to tell it, I know someone who's going to watch this episode is going to be able to reach out to you. How can they reach out to you if they really need to reach out to you?
Minister R. Thomas at newkingdom.org is my email.
Okay.
And then I host a grief circle every fourth Thursday of the month from 6:30 to 8:30.
Okay.
And during grief circle, we like me and a leader. Well, not me. She prepares a meal.
Okay.
And we serve it.
Okay.
And we come up with different ideas. I am on Facebook as Rebecca Green.
Okay.
They can reach out to me there.
Okay.
And through you.
Okay, that sounds good.
I need you to vet who you get my phone number to. That's what
I
said.
don't. I ain't giving out nobody's phone numbers. I don't know. I know mine either. But no, I thank you. I know this is going to open up the door for you, to be able to help some young ladies just like you. Thank you all for joining us on Let's Talk to Church edition on today. We will see you again very soon with a new episode, a new topic. Remember, this is where real conversations happen. Be blessed.
Amen.